Wednesday. We have the wonderful Elvis on, and we're going to just have a quick chat and catch up with what's happening with Brexit, what he thinks of Notre Dame, the local elections coming up in May, and whether he'd be willing to run, and just basically what is going on and how he feels about the complete betrayal of Broken Heart. And I don't blame the British at all of how the Brexit has gone, complete betrayal after betrayal. And apparently people, whether they're Tories or Labour, are being spat at when they try and go door to door. They're terrified. So this is the time now for Conservatives to get out, because people are literally fed up with betrayal. Anyway, welcome to the show. Elvis, how have you been, and what's your opinion on what's going on at the moment?
Hi, yes, thank you very much for having me again.
You're very, very welcome. It's great to have you, Elvis. Fantastic.
Yeah, basically the reality is people getting fed up day by day. I think now they feel the pressure. I think everybody now feels the pressure. It's getting from bad to worse in every aspect. The crime rate in London is sky high. People, even Sajid Javid came and basically said, I cannot sleep up until my kid get home. And even he says that how bad it is, you know. And literally,
you say, is that the Home Secretary said that?
That's the Home Secretary, yes, Sajid Javid, the other Muslim guy. And he even admitted how bad and out of control it is. It's just literally ridiculously high, you know. It's to the point that you're going out, and if you're coming back home, you're lucky. You consider yourself very lucky, right? Not the only knife crime is up, is the gun crime is up, drug rates is just ridiculous, and it becoming to the point that they selling it in a sort of broad daylight. You know, I can take you to some areas not very far from me actually, and the Somali boys selling it like in a sort of broad daylight. It is just unbelievable. And they know they can get away with it, and this is part of their plan. Is the Islamic plan. One of the things that I knew from possibly I would say even before I come here, that one of the things they believe is going to collapse a society is the hard drug, because once you make the sort of one of the most valuable sources of work and development in any country is the youth, and once you make them addict, that's it, they're gone, finish. So the country is on their knees. So that's another thing. So anyway, is the Brexit made
democracy is dead, and it died. I mean, as the British watched the Irish, and I'm sure most of them laughed at the ridiculous of being asked to vote again for Lisbon and vote again for Nice. And I'd say majority of them laughed and kind of thought, you know what, at least that would never happen to us. And now it's shocking. Absolutely shocking. I never believed either. I really did believe United Kingdom had democracy, and I really did believe that wouldn't happen to them. Quite shocking that that it's happening. It's heartbreaking, really.
Yeah, it's been quite a few impact on what's happening to sort of awakening people up. Yeah, it's a social media obviously had a big impact. There are lots of people that we call them silence resistant, basically. Yeah, that they're sitting there. Maybe they are not coming to marches. Maybe for any reason they can't attend. Yeah, but what it is, lots of also other group, even if they are opposing us, listening, and eventually they are a human being and they got the common sense, right? And with the level of people that now they talking, there are lots of people now, they got their channels and talking about the sort of what's happening around the world. And some of them, they are very academic people, mind you. I was just listening to one of the videos by, her surname is Pettibone, and she released a video on the Notre Dame. That was impressive, really. It was really, really impressive. So what it is that people listening, and eventually they start changing. The debate on Brexit in the Parliament, what the Conservative did, the level of betrayal, it was just so massive that it fired back to themselves, and now they are literally going to pieces, right? Including the Labour Party. Labour Party got their own problem, which is anti-Semitic.
I think Labour Party are actually probably being more affected because I think the working class were really the ones who voted for Brexit. And I do think there was a lot of middle class and whatever, but I think their core main group, they betrayed, and I do think they're really angry. And Conservatives, they're angry too, but I really do think it's the Labour that will they'll be wiped out. I actually think like they were in Ireland, where the votes will just be none and void, like it just be completely zero, because I do think there's so many people. But I suppose there is a new Labour vote, the new Liberals and, the Muslims and those sort of people. I don't know what the demographic of that population is, so that it could keep them in power, maybe. I don't know. I presume that's what they're hoping for. But I'd say the indigenous British are gone.
You know about it or not? Possibly I'll send you a copy of the video of this veteran. He on the 29th on the 19th we had the where was it? Beg your pardon, I missed the date. It was about a week ago. We had the veterans came by the motorbike, and they estimated around 30,000. 30,000 veterans with their motorbike. They joined this rally. It was for the support of one of the British soldiers. It goes, possibly by now he's an old man and he's not in a good health. Now they're gonna bring him to trial. I mean, what stupid things to do, So now there is another one coming, So therefore, they're arranging another one, and this time this guy is so angry. He's a ill man as well. He's I think he got a dementia and everything, and he says now I'm sort of in my 5th year of diagnosis. 5th year past. And he's arranging something, and things getting really, really effective now. Because it comes from the group of people that they got support and respect, and no way you can accuse them that they've been, I don't know, Nazi, fascist, this and that. You wouldn't dare to call these guys Nazi or fascist, and or racist or anything like that. So now they're arranging things, and I think is the form of unity is getting formed now. That what we were waiting for is getting there, is getting formed. First of all, is the collapse of these two major political parties, Conservative and Liberal. And I don't know whether you saw it or not. Even the new party that is formed by Nigel Farage, which I'm not really in favor of him.
But what is it called? His new party,
it's called BRexit Party.
BRexit Party,
Yeah. I think it shouldn't have been done, because the reason I'm not really with Nigel Farage is, first of all, he left something that he started right in the middle of the game, and sort of he betrayed us in a way, right? He should have stayed to the end, and he left us. That is the first thing. Secondly, now we come to the secondly, he started doing a U-turn on what he was saying. It was Islam and also sort of migration and kind of even he picked on Tommy Robinson, for example. Yeah, that was an insult. Not
And
to
Marie
him.
Waters as well. I heard him kind of
That's right. Yeah.
turn on her as well, which
Yeah.
I think is kind of wrong, because he was really, trying to batter anybody, and they were singing the same song, so it was kind of, why are you battering people who are saying the same things as you are?
That's right.
Yeah, I did find that a bit strange. He did make an amazing speech, though. It was yesterday in the EU
Yeah.
about, the will be a Brexit party, and I do believe he is right. I do think in Ireland and United Kingdom, and I really hope I'm right about this, but with the United Kingdom, I do think there's signs already. Tories and Labour, are absolutely terrified going out in the streets looking for the votes because people are spitting at them. In Ireland,
Yeah.
I do believe Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, since 100 years, since we've been a state, I do believe this may. I do see I don't know whether it'll be as huge as United Kingdom, the slap, but I do think they're in for a huge slap. And I do think that, I don't know who, I think independents will do very well. Labour's gone in Ireland. I do think that, that we'll start seeing a huge change in politics in England and Ireland, because we have only had a government, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, and they're pretty much the same party. They pretend they're oppositions, but they're actually the same thing. I mean, they're all the same. Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin, People Before Profit, Green Party, they're all exactly the same. They're all anti-Irish, pro anything but Ireland, breaking down everything of the civilization of Ireland
Yeah.
that they can.
You see, the way I see it now, the way I analyze it now is the matter of time, which actually we're getting there. Yeah. Lots of people, even I would say arrogantly, they were fooling themselves. They were trying to say, no, I'm a Labour and Jeremy Corbyn is the hero. Jeremy Corbyn is a nice guy and sort of such and such, and we are right. And look, how long you can fool yourself? Yeah, that's the thing. Eventually, look, with mess after mess, mistake after mistake, sort of, now the whole reality is coming, and they showing, literally both Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn, they both showing their true colors. Yeah,
Yeah.
through the events that is coming, and this is what we need. Something that they bring up their reality on the surface of the water. As Theresa May definitely did through this Brexit. She showed who she
Unbelievable.
is and
So
what she's
shocking.
doing.
I don't even know how she's still in power after betrayal. Like, I really, really did believe, I didn't like the woman, but I really did believe that at least she'd stand by her word and go through Brexit. And stand by her word is no deal is better than a bad deal. Like, all the things she said, she went back on, like, completely, and one thing that I thought about the British was that their honour is a huge thing and their word is a huge thing, that they really proved that they have no honour, or they have no, their word is not a value to them. And I always believed that about the British, that when they said something that had a value, that they really would stand by it. But that is so not true.
We also had two other events. One of them was sort of celebration of Marxist Leninism and kind of about the Marx and Marx walk and all that crap. And there were a bunch of youngsters. Yeah, even I was watching one of the videos on Paul Golding. That he's a leader of the Britain First. He was in a West End. And I think he recently showing up quite a bit. And he was talking to this bunch of youngsters, bunch of, I could say, moron, right by the statue of Winston Churchill. One of them climbed the statue and he was holding, I don't know, some sort of a banner or whatever, flag or whatever crap he was. And then the police is there. Imagine the police is there, right?
They're
And
afraid. The police are not doing anything in
yeah,
any country.
yeah,
They're completely afraid because unfortunately the government, the media, everything, even if they wanted to, they know that their jobs are online if they step out of line.
yeah. Yeah, they were doing nothing up until Paul Golding went actually to him and he said, have some shame and, don't you dare to do insult to the statue of Winston Churchill. Yeah. And at the bottom of the statue, it was a table, these youngsters that were selling, I don't know, books and things about Lenin and kind of, Marxism and, Marx and Engels and everything. And imagine while Paul Golding went to them as a nationalist, basically, defending Churchill and defending what Churchill did, they were attacking and they calling Churchill a fascist. Imagine a young idiot, right? An English kid, not even a foreign, an English kid, right? He dared to call his biggest ever national hero, national personality who saved this country, call him a fascist. How you can call
But it just shows you education has done that damage, as we talked before. They've been trained.
That's right.
They didn't get that from nowhere. They didn't pick that up off the streets. They've been trained from early age, and that is why we have, in particular, Ireland as well, a complete younger bunch of absolutely fools who don't know who any of these characters are, but will say they're all fascists and Nazis because that's all they know how to say. They don't know anything else. Like the only words they have in their vocabulary.
They have the words, but they don't know even the meaning of it. I explained to you before when I was demonstrating, for example, they keep coming to me, the same very people, or the Remainers, pro-European. The first thing they were throwing on us, you fascist. And I keep asking people, same people, and I ask them in front of their friends, their securities, and everything. Can you call me? Can you tell me why I'm a fascist? Can you tell me what the meaning of fascism is? And they all failed. They absolutely all of them failed. Not a single of them explained to me correctly what fascism is, or why I'm a fascist. What did I say or done actually making me fascist? They failed. And the thing is, this is a point that either themselves or people surrounding them, they realize, hold on a minute, no, this guy is right. These people, they don't know why they throw in these titles, Nazi, fascist, racist, and sort of all of them failed in every aspect. They called me racist, and I said, seriously, I'm from Iran. How does it make me, racist? It's kind of, they realize how stupid they are. Or even people who watching it. Eventually somebody there will realize that, it's kind of a joke. You're throwing title on people, you still don't know what does it mean. They called even Churchill a fascist, while fascist was actually on the Hitler side. It was Mussolini, wasn't it? He was a fascist.
What do you think about what's going on with the European Union? Do you think that this is going to really make a huge change this time around? Like, do you think this May election that they're really trying to hold the British in for is going to make a difference? Do you think they'll regret it?
Honestly, I believe as here we need the time to everything come to the surface and people realize what's happening. Same in European Union. European Union not going to survive. It
Big time.
survives because people like Theresa May, like Macron, like, these people that are in power and supporting and giving it the full force, right? Without these people, European Union, it would definitely collapse, right? It wouldn't have any meaning. And what it is, kind of, is a matter of sooner or later. But what's happening in Italy, for example, is very promising. And what he's doing is absolutely fantastic, yeah. I think whatever happening in UK is linked to European Union. And these are the bunch of traitors, bunch of, sellouts that agreed with the Saudi money, with the sort of, I don't know, some kind of a satanic cult and Luciferians to actually destroy our community. What happened in France a couple of days ago by burning that Notre Dame? Actually, we might lost, not fully, we might lost Notre Dame, yeah? A symbol of Christianity is not only a Christianity, actually, matter of fact, is the masterpiece, is the master architectural piece, is the historical piece, is the national and international treasure, right? And in every aspect, you look at that church or cathedral, yeah, it's valuable for Europe. They got a history of Europe in it, and is the religiously precious as well. So you might have thought up until some time ago. Even I was thinking the same. Not even you. I mean, I was thinking Christianity in this continent is collapsed. Is sort of, it got not. But they actually proved me wrong. When I was watching the news, actually on the first night I refused to watch it because I was broken. I could not bear to watch that building.
I could neither.
I was devastated and I was down, right? But day after, it was amazing. When you look, lots of people, French people came and they were, singing hymns and religious songs, yeah? They were crying there. Lots of people around the globe, they were devastated, honestly. Lots of people, including it was Trump and his wife and everybody. And also all the churches around the Paris, they start ringing their, sounding their bell. That was a sign. That was something, showing still the Christianity is there. Still love of Christ is there. It's hidden. It's silenced.
I've met a lot of people actually recently, who are very in touch. I had a fantastic conversation with, actually, he was a Brazilian, amazing, like, and a really connection to Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And I suppose because a lot of people, particularly, in Ireland, I can only speak about that, that, they grew up very much knowing, almost like the Old Testament, and Jesus had never appeared. So they lived very much through the Old Testament.
Yeah.
And they didn't really ever get the message that they were saved, that Jesus came here and he died for our sins. Yeah. You are already saved. They never got that message. And I think a lot of churches did a lot of damage to Christianity.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give the true message. Also, they kept, telling people you go to hell if you do this, you go to hell. Not like Jesus was already born.
Yeah.
The Old Testament was the life before Christ, so before Christianity, which has probably more to do with Judaism than it has to do with Christianity.
Yeah.
When Jesus came, he brought Christianity, and he showed us the way to live, and he died for our sins. He had to be born because we were doing horrific things. You know, stoning people. We were doing horrific, horrible things. But Jesus had to be born because we were so clueless. And without him, you strip Jesus, or you go back to the Old Testament and how clueless is not quite as bad as Islam. But, you know, we're very barbaric, you know, because humans aren't good naturally. It is something that had to be thought. And it was taught through Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And I do think that I am meeting people who now realise we are saved.
You see,
And that's a relief.
you see this one, maybe it was how can I say it? It was a news that made, mind you, some people happy. What actually made people very angry around the globe, it was tons and tons of videos going around the globe on the very same day that while the church is burning,
I know. I saw them. I
some
absolutely.
Muslims are laughing at us. Yeah, some Muslims are happy,
Muslims and
celebrating.
leftists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Out with the old, in with the new. Au revoir, Notre Dame. Like, absolutely so angry and hurtful comments.
yeah.
A lot of Muslims, obviously, and some pathetic leftists, but a majority was Muslims.
You see that fired back on themselves. That was a proof that these people claiming we are the people of peace, we are the religion of peace, they proved absolutely wrong. They proved them wrong, that they are not people of peace, they are not the religion of peace. That is for sure. Otherwise,
Yeah.
no, you see, I wouldn't insult animals. I wouldn't call them animals, but no beast, no evil person would laugh at that moment. That was a time you see, these people reveal the reality. They reveal their true colors, that they are absolutely against us, against the Christianity, against our value, against our treasures and everything, even the country. Right? So look, that was a good waking point. To me, that event, you see, work of God is perfect. Might God burn this church in a way, yeah? He let it happen. But by burning Notre Dame, reality of our enemy came out. It shook some people to wake up to their values. Even the young kids, they were saying, this is our history is burning. This is our treasure is burning in front of us. Look, that was important. And what happened? In less than a day, over 300 million, now is over a billion. Over a billion in a day. Money being collected to rebuild it. All the artifacts, treasures, they were saved. Thank God for that. Yeah, miraculously, it was saved. So it tells those people, it should those idiots that they were laughing come to themselves, saying, "Hold on, no, I was on the wrong, and this church and the Christianity is on the right." Because if it was on the wrong, it would have burned to pieces, right? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. We can raise it again, right? It will raise again. You see, the York Cathedral burned down in I think it was 84, if I'm right, yeah, by the thunder. It is back to its glory. Is rebuilt. Even thanks to Putin, he offered to send a restoration experts.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He was on the RT actually, and
Oh,
he offered to send it because the Russians, they got the most expert in this field, yeah,
oh,
and he offered to actually send people and rebuild it and do it. Look, I was gobsmacked. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't believe it. In
yeah.
a day, over 1 billion euros is been collected in one day. I'm not
Wow.
joking. That is a large money.
That is really good, Elvis.
In half a day,
It's just
300
changing
million was
people's
collected
lives.
immediately. Hmm? So it tells you something, isn't it? And now people are back to look. It brought shame to people like Macron. When he was talking, if you look at him, he was afraid. He was shaking, right? Not because Notre Dame is burning. No, it was allowed by him. Actually, I would dare to say that because it's been reported every day, in average of 2 churches in Paris being assaulted.
Yeah,
Hmm? So
absolutely.
don't come and tell me just 1 week before Easter, Notre Dame is burning all of a sudden. Oh, what a coincidence. And
Yeah,
it's done by the scaffolding. Oh, seriously.
yeah.
It was a video revealed that there were 2 Muslims on the rooftop. Hmm?
Yeah, so there was notes found a few years ago in some van about terrorism attack, and it was in Notre Dame, where they had claimed that that was one of the targets that they were going for. So it was on the list.
You see, it
And
brought
it's talk
shame to
about
these.
that. Because the French government, because the EU, a whole lot of them are treacherous.
Yeah,
They know what they've done. But
yeah.
maybe Macron actually sounded as if he was proud of France the first time. Normally he's like anti-France. He's like pro-bloody EU and puts his own country down. But for the first time I actually heard him say some pro-French stuff, which was like shocking, which was about bloody time.
Yeah. You see, we, now people uh, got the opportunity to see what's happening around them. Yeah. While we leave the masterpieces like Notre Dame, like for example, we got St. Paul's in here. We got
Yeah.
Westminster Abbey, right? We got
Yeah.
7 kings and 5 queens rest in peace in Westminster Abbey, and it's a beautiful cathedral. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got we got valuable places, landmarks. Yeah, we left them unattended and unprotected, while the flipping worthless piece of mosque, which actually is it worth
Right.
nothing, right? They are protected now by the police, by the system. Yeah. Oh, because the
Ridiculous.
Muslims been under attack. Seriously. How about our
Yeah.
churches? And none of them been over 120 churches been attacked in a very recent month. Yeah. One of them
Yeah.
was one of them reported? No.
Mm.
But
One of them even they put like human poo all over it, like just disgusting disrespect, hatred for Christianity. With Muslims absolutely hate, but the left are encouraging it and thinking it's great because their whole bullshit. Maybe it'd be better if we all had one religion. Sure, it can't be any different from Christianity because they're so brain dead.
you see, how can I say it? Things happen for a reason, as I said, right? In a way, it was heartbreaking what happened. In a way,
Yeah,
thank God it happened because it woke lots of people up. And now, if any Muslim dare to stand in front of me and say, we are the religion of peace, we are the people of peace, yeah, they're not going to smack him in their mouth, yeah. Seriously, who was laughing that day? Who
yeah.
was laughing? Don't tell me, oh, they are individuals. No, they weren't individuals.
Yeah. Single alone wolf kind of mental health issue every time there's a fucking attack. Everybody is
Yeah.
sick of that bullshit. But, there was no ever trying to cover up Christchurch, whether it actually even happened. But, there was no, he had any mental health issues. He was a lone wolf. Oh, no, he was part of a huge white supremacist. It was huge. Yeah, there's loads of them out there. Such complete hypocrites, where if it's a Muslim, lone wolf, mental health, one white thing, and all the attacks, all the rape, all the murders, all the people run down, every attack after attack. Oh no, lone wolves, mental health issues, no, nothing to see here, but one attack. And even if that really happened, I'm not even 100% sure, but even let's say it did happen, right?
Yeah.
There was no one ever coming out to say, oh, he had mental health issues, he was a lone wolf, he had problems. Oh no, he was a white supremacist. Then there's loads of them out there ready to get you. Let's cover the mosques, let's apologise and all become Muslim to make them happy. It's such absolutely treacherous hatred. It's so disgusting. It's horrible to see it all.
You see, I previously said, actually, while I was talking to you, I was looking for the hadith. But you see, people come in saying, no, this thing is such a thing hasn't been ordered in Islam. No, it has. It has.
Oh, absolutely.
Muhammad actually ordered to destroy the churches and synagogues. Yeah. If I find that hadith, I'll read it for you. But, and then also, he also said, yeah, that I will leave nothing but Muslim in Arabian Peninsula. Yeah?
Yeah.
I will clear this land from the Muslim, from the Christian and Jews. He has said it. These people are following the same orders, the orders of these sick men. And, now they come and say, oh, no, we haven't, he hasn't said such a thing. Look, where is the solidarity of Muslims? Where is the condemnation of Muslims? You show me one.
Yeah.
You show me one. Did Muslim come and say, oh, I'm sorry, we are sorry, in Paris? Show me. Dare to show me one Muslim.
Exactly. And the amount of all bloody leaders, as soon as that Christchurch happened, all nearly converted to Islam to fucking apologise, all over the bloody top.
Yeah.
Where not one have came out and said this is shocking, or, this is nothing.
It's absolute lie. These people never, ever integrate with us.
Yeah.
But these are the proofs. These are the facts. Let them come to the reality, and let them, those idiots who can't, understand, let them see it.
It's the only way that they can see. But fortunately, a lot of them will have their heads chopped off before they'll wake up. But you know what? So be it. And thankfully, they will be the first on with their heads on the chopping block.
Yeah. I mean, the tolerance of people is the Western people, the European is running out. That's for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying something seriously is rising up. I'm not joking. It's something really, really bad is rising up. And people had it enough. I was just telling my friend, look, Europeans, they're not like Middle Easterns. Yeah? Europeans are civilized, tolerant, kind of educated, mannered, and very polite people. Their level of tolerance is unbelievable. Since the day I came, I was wondering how they can bear all this. Because if that was in Middle East, believe you me, it would be hell on earth. Still I'm talking to lots of Europeans, lots of Londoners, British, here and there, not necessarily British, even I'm talking to lots of French, sort of German. They're still saying, no, not all of them are bad. Not all of them are bad. You see, the level of that, this is Christianity. These people are Christians. And see how still they defend and say, look, not all of them are bad. But hello, eventually, everything got its own capacity, and you can't put a jug of water in a glass of water. Yeah, it doesn't work. Eventually, people are, coming to the fact and figures, then kind of, no, enough is enough. Let's do something about it. Because they can see their continent is going, their country is going, their treasures are going. And this Notre Dame was the final point. And I hope people wake up to the reality.
Hopefully, Elvis. I hope things are really beginning to change. I really do hope. Because, how long more can Europe take? How long more? Before it does become Islamic. I really do hope people do start fighting back and really taking to the streets and doing whatever they can. But I think we all need to start taking part in elections, as I was saying to you, Elvis. I do think everybody who's conservative voice, get out and try and do something.
Yeah, you see, the final say, let me clear it for those Muslims or whoever they are losing their hopes. Last time when the Muslim came here, back in the sort of centuries ago, they conquered Europe for over 400 years. 75% of this continent was gone. 75%, almost all. With the grace of God, with the help of Lord, we get it back. We get it back, and we defeat the enemy and the Satan, army of Satan. That happened once, and now is happening again. And people who lost their hope, I would say, don't lose your hope, is coming again. That France last night or the night before, that was a proof. Watch and observe and see exactly what was happening. People were devastated. Around the globe, people were devastated. People were crying. Money that was collected.
Everybody, I do agree. And that is a really good end to end this our chat on. That a really good positive, something positive is happening. And you know what, it's good because a lot of the time on my program I'm like feeling down after it, but it's a good way to end. There's a positive change happening. And I'll send this on now to my boss so that he can put it on. But listen, thanks very much for coming on the show. Again, and thank you so much for your information and our chats. And I'll talk to you later, but I'll talk to you next week and we'll have our program back on again. It was brilliant. Thank you so much for being on the show, Elvis.
Thanks a million.
And all your information. Thank you so much.
You are listening to Irish News Radio and irishnews.net. Email news@irishnews.net.